This is an old selfie stick. This is a new selfie stick. Wow. Okay, my friends, you're joining me for a quick look at the Ulanzi Selfie stick and tripod combo. And straight off the bat here, I'll say I think this is fantastic. This isn't sponsored, I bought this myself, and you'll see next to the old selfie stick, this is an absolute monster. It's a decent bit longer, but I would say the increased length is the least significant thing here. We've got the interesting phone attachment, and of course the built-in tripod that makes this 10 times more useful. So here's a quick comparison between the original selfie stick I used and this slightly zoomed out version, obviously with the longer Ulanzi selfie stick. Of course, that's not a huge difference, but the wider angle definitely helps to make sure you get everything you want in frame, and then you can obviously resize and reframe in editing. The attachment for the camera is interesting, but more on that in a second. I love the fact it comes with this standard adapter as well, which means I can attach things like my studio lights without any other accessories. Of course, the tripod's nice and stable when low, but it looks and is a bit precarious when it's fully extended. So this camera adapter here, I was concerned it was going to be a bit wobbly with my footsteps and that, but to be honest, you can see here it's really stable and smooth. You can see the phone's obviously stabilising a lot, but fair play to it. Just a couple of things here that are probably easier to say face to face. We'll ignore the green screen for this recording. So with the older style selfie sticks, one of the routine problems I was having, especially as phones have got bigger and heavier, is that they could freely spin from side to side. So I would be filming and then suddenly the phone would go over to one side, which is obviously no good at all. Whereas on this beast of a selfie stick, it's actually got a indent running the full length of the front and back of the selfie stick, so there's basically non-existent risk of the phone itself tipping over. So that's something that I greatly appreciate. And I'd also say that I don't know, I've got mixed feelings about this stand, the phone holder part. It's definitely handy and quick and easy to use, and obviously being able to twist between vertical and horizontal filming that rapidly is also incredibly handy. But I just prefer like the phone adapter that I've got on the tripod holding my phone as I record this. It actually physically screws down around the phone, whereas these ones that are just friction and gripping on through springs does give me a slight concern that the phone might pop out at a terrible moment and be lost in a river forever, for example. But all in all, this whole design is really great. And like I say, the fact you can remove that top section and just replace it with your standard camera attachment like that makes it infinitely more useful. So you can see here that if you use the supplied rotating camera mount, you can actually get shots without the selfie stick being visible. And I imagine you could probably do that with other accessories attached to this as well. But of course, the further away you're holding it from your body, that's going to start to add an awful lot of leverage and weight on your wrist as you're trying to walk and talk. I wasn't convinced that the supplied phone mount with its swivel ability as well wasn't going to be quite wobbly and shaky, so I decided to do various shots walking rapidly down this flight of concrete steps. So these are big, rapid, heavy steps, and you can see it's only really the wide angle lenses that give any real shake and distortion, which I imagine is because the phone can't stabilise those shots quite so well. So my only real criticism of this is that the tripod is obviously nowhere near big enough if you're going to be using this outside and with the stick fully extended, such as here. You can see we've got a breeze rolling through, and of course my phone is perilously close to falling over at any moment there. The Bluetooth remote control feature is not something I will ever use, but it's simple and straightforward enough, but I prefer to physically see myself touch the record button on the phone. So all in all, I think this is a great thing, and I'll probably get some more for use with my studio lights. I'll leave an Amazon Associates link in the description to this, which I will get a commission if you buy through and want to support the channel. But if you feel that clouds my judgment on these, then so be it. Hope you've enjoyed the footage. Have a wonderful time, friends.